afternoon. I'd like you to picture this. You're living in northeastern Alabama, and you decide one weekend that you want to go tubing. So you do some Googling, and you find this place called Floating Fun. It's in Oxford, Alabama, the hexagon on the map. And you float along Chocoloco Creek. So you get to the launch site, and you notice that the water is a little murky, maybe a little smelly. And you do some digging to find this swim guide posted by the Coosa River Keepers. So the Coosa River Keepers are a volunteer organization that monitor the water quality along Chocoloco Creek. They have various sampling sites throughout Chocoloco Creek, and they record the E. coli concentrations at these sites. So you notice that not even 4 miles upstream from the launch site is Site 5. And Site 5 has very elevated levels of E. coli, actually above the EPA regulation for human health and safety. This is concerning. There's very elevated levels of E. coli all along Chocoloco Creek. And our research hopes to find out why this is the case. We want to understand why are these E. coli levels so elevated. Our first question that we're going to answer is the E. coli coming from a human source? To do this, we're going to sample water and measure E. coli concentrations along with human markers. So human markers are anything that we can trace back to a human source. That includes things like pharmaceuticals, so ibuprofen, caffeine, Tylenol, and also cell structures called sterols, which are specific to humans. So if we measure high levels of E. coli, along with lots of ibuprofen and lots of human sterols, then we can make the assumption we have multiple lines of evidence to show us that the E. coli is coming from a human source. So then, if it is coming from a human source, we want to know more specifically what source. You'll see on the map here that the star represents the Oxford wastewater treatment plant. And the Oxford wastewater treatment plant is directly discharging its effluent into Chocoloco Creek. We also know that this is a rural area. There are a lot of residential septic tank systems. They might be old, they could be failing. So this is another source of E. coli. We're going to use their different chemical signatures to determine how each source could be influencing E. coli levels in Chocoloco Creek. Once we have all of this information, we can take our data back to the Coosa River Keepers and local municipalities to keep the public informed and to hopefully enact better water management practices so that we can all have a safe, clean Chocoloco Creek. Thank you so much.